Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to American Long Haul. I hope y'all are doing good with the grace of God and your guys are having a great day. My name is Wick. I make videos to share tips, tricks, and my daily life on the road. So, if you're new over here, please hit the subscribe button and join me for the ride. So, my day started with usual going to the truck stop, getting coffee and breakfast, showering, and starting the day. Afterwards, I did my pre-trip inspection. In that, I started by checking the clamps to see if any of them were loose, but they were tight and good. Then I looked for any coolant leaks or any other leaks under my truck, but there were no leaks, so we were good on that. Then I checked my fuel water separator filter. It was not filled, it looked good. Engine oil level and viscosity of engine oil were also good. Upon checking my coolant level on the other side, I found out that it was a little low than what I would have liked it to be. It took about 1/4 of a gallon for it to fill up to the level that I usually keep it at. Sometimes your coolant level gets low when you're pushing your engine RPMs a little too high. Always keep that in mind when you're pushing your engine in the hills or whatever. Make sure you check your coolant levels. A point to note, I always keep a couple of extra gallons of coolant in the engine oil with me just in case. Just make sure the coolant is the same color that your truck has, and also same goes for the engine oil. I learned that when I used to drive my other truck. It had almost 1.4 million miles on it, but it was still running solid until it was not. But that's another story for another day. Afterwards, I checked my tire pressure and inspected my truck and trailer for any other issues, but everything was fine, so off we go. In my last video, I told you guys that I will talk about the things that I wish I knew before becoming a trucker, so we will talk about that today. So I'll start from how I started in trucking from the beginning. When I was 19 years old, I had two choices: either pursue my studies and go to college for a few years, or try to learn about a business that I can eventually start my own. At first, I worked on convenience stores and gas stations for a couple years, but it was more like work instead of me doing it in passion. So I was always interested in the delivery trucks that was coming to my stores, and whenever I had a delivery on my shift, I would help the delivery drivers and talk to them, asking them various questions about their profession. Being free and able to explore the world while making money to support your family had always attracted me. So eventually, after I turned 21, I chose to go to the school to go get my CDL. And that time I didn't know that much about trucking. I didn't know that it would require a lot of mental discipline for me to survive in this industry, because it would take long hours of staying up or being away from your home. You tend to get lonely or feel like you're stuck when you're not used to that. So after I got my CDL, I was lucky enough because I had a friend who was also a trucker. So I did my drug test for his company and went on my first trip with him. I remember vividly, it was a 10-speed old Century Freightliner truck. And in my first month, we were only able to do 2 trips, like in my whole month, due to some mechanical issues in the truck. But today I feel like that's what I would needed at that moment for me to learn certain things, and the most important thing was and is patience. After my first month, I got hired by this company as a training driver, and my other team driver was a fully seasoned truck driver. He also taught me a lot of things. So I drove in that company for about 3 months with that person. He owned that company at that time. But after 3 months, me and my other friend, we were able to drive for the same company as team drivers for another 3 months. I remember that time we used to go to London, Canada, and that particular winter was very harsh. We ended up getting stuck in snowstorms a few times, but it was all good because it was a learning experience. So now it was about 6 to 7 months that I've been driving, and one day on a truck stop, me and my friend we met this older driver who we were just having a normal conversation with about trucking. But before he left, he ended up both of us solo driver jobs. Upon consideration, we end up taking that job. We had brand new 13-speed Canvas 660s. The trucks were good, the pay was good. That my real lesson has started now. That I was solo, I couldn't afford to make mistakes. I had to make sure that I was double, triple checking everything, making sure that my routes were good, making sure the weather was good, calling shippers and receivers to confirm everything so my hours of service were good. Anyone who is new in trucking or thinking of getting into trucking should prepare themselves to be ready for such challenges like the ones. Sometimes you will have to stay out a lot more days than what you have planned when you left, or sometimes you will get stuck in a situation where you feel really helpless. It's always best to plan ahead, which I've learned over the years. Make it short and simple. I would start from pre-trip inspection. Always do a proper pre-trip inspection. Make sure you take good 15, 20, 30 minutes, how much ever long it takes you to inspect your truck and trailer properly. Pre-trip inspections are not only important because of the weigh stations or in any case that you were to get pulled over, but it's all about safety of you and safety of others, because you don't know if your one mistake will cost someone their life or change their whole life for the worse. So many families with their kids, they travel on the roads that we travel on every day. So please do your PTI every day. Then I would say try to manage your time. Time is everything. I got so many stories where when I started this, I got stuck because of my simple mistake. So I would tell you to always plan your route. Check your route on your truck GPS, or you check it on Google Satellite View, and even better if you have a map, because sometimes your GPS will not even find the addresses. So that's when you can use a map and make a proper route. So when making your route, you should always plan for your fuel stops, your rest stops, where you're gonna sleep, and always have like a plan B for that, just in case if the road is close to some crash or some weather event or anything can happen on the road. So always have a plan B. While you're driving, always read the warning signs, or try to read all the boards if you can safely, but for sure the warning signs, because if something were to happen 20-30 miles ahead of you, it will sometimes show up in the warning signs, and then you can stop safely at a safe place like a rest area or whatever, and then make a detour, and it will save you fuel, time, and some hassle. Number 3 is very important too. You always need to back up very slowly. Don't feel embarrassed if you feel like you gotta take 2, 3, 4 pulls, because nobody's here judging you. You need to always remember safety is your first priority. Try not to be distracted with a phone call or anything else, because when you're distracted, it's really hard to drive straight, let alone backing up. So you gotta take it slow while you're backing it up. And then I would tell you basically about food. Try to take care of yourself, because junk food is not that good for you. You won't feel it now, but you'll feel it in 10, 20, 15, whatever years later on. So try to pack your food when you're leaving your house, or you can always buy a stove and a butane cylinder and buy your groceries from Walmart, because Walmarts are literally everywhere. So you can always buy and cook when you're taking breaks, or before you sleep, or when you wake up, so whatever. So try not to eat junk food. It's very important being patient and respectful to other drivers, whether that is a truck driver or a car driver. Please do not get agitated, because if you get agitated or you do road rage, you're literally driving a killing machine. Your one wrong move can change someone's life for worse. So please be patient and respectful to other drivers. Always keep calm, because not all truckers these days or all other car drivers will understand that how much space that you need to stop, or if they need to speed up while getting on the freeway, or not to cut in front of a semi truck, or not to brake check. So it's your responsibility as a truck driver to always drive safely. And I will tell you another tip, which I think I've already kind of touched on my last video. It was about learning, because it did help me a lot and it's still helping me a lot every day. So never stop learning. You just need to be willing to learn every day. Every road teaches you something new. So always be willing to learn. So if you keep some of these tips in your mind, it will really help you in your first year and the years to come. And if you make it a habit, your life and other lives will be safe and easy. So if you found this helpful in any way, please hit that like button and subscribe to American Long Haul, and let me know in the comments what is the one thing you're struggling with as a new driver, or please ask me any questions that you want to ask. I'll be checking my comments for that, and I'll try to help if I can. God bless you guys. Peace out.